Good evening and welcome to the Thirds 11's match report. I'd like to say hello to all our legion of fans, also to the players, and a special mention to our sponsors, La Porquetas in Kew and the Riser down there in Richmond. Great place to have a pint and a Palmer, so get yourselves down there because they support us, so we should support them as well. This week we travelled away to Kyneton and the game was really won on the Thursday before, when we as a team actually went about what our actual strategies were and just became a lot clearer and how we could all work together. This started with us all pulling together so no one was left unmanned in a car, and we all made the trek out, which was an hour and a half outside of Melbourne, to play just a friendly game of football. We started off with a great bang. In 10 minutes we'd already scored with a great through ball from Tommy Dwyer finding Anthony Voss to put away yet another goal for this year. It seems that every time I play him up forward he does score, so maybe that's a bit of a key to us, and maybe a bit of a note to the coach himself to keep him up forward and not play him down back in the midfield, or maybe even as keeper as we have in the past. We actually had great contributions all over the park, and especially from the players that were promoted. A late retrieval came to Muffa, who was a great benefit for us on the left back, and I think we've actually found a position for him. He's a couple of nice runs, but also his defensive work was fantastic, and the way that he combined with the midfielders of Edwards and also Tommy Dwyer was fantastic. The overlapping runs didn't quite come as often this week, but they will come in the future. We did see a glimpse of it, however. He also defended very well with the two Hughes in the back. Hugh McIntosh, who got his call up this week, which was fantastic. He just dominated the air. Not one ball came to ground, and he just won every single header that came through, which was great to see. And also Hugh Tobin, who just gave direction, was very clear on the clearances, and also gave a great voice to the defenders, and also which gave us a sense of trust in our back four. Bernie, as per usual, was on the right back and was just solid. Just in front of him was Tommy Edwards, who played one of the better games this year, having been placed back to his position of preference, and obviously where he just dominates, clearing everything, and had that real bit of anger that we needed in the midfield, the bit of tackling pressure. Having been given the armband, he just led from the start to finish with just great presence on the park. Outright, we had Whalen for periods, as well as rotating other midfielders through. Wales was just fantastic, providing great dummy runs and also providing great balls in through with the other midfielders of Hatzimanollis, which ended in great attacks forward, where we used Jundi Chung up front and also Evan Tamanis, who came down from the twos and just provided us with a little bit of spark and a little bit of quality polish that we required in the thirds. Jerva came on and played his part out on the left, where he tackled well, also provided a couple of great crosses with the left foot. Not really having a left-sided player in our team, it was very good to have somebody that could come in and play that role, especially since they were injured and then ended up having to come off injured. In the end, we actually scored a second goal later on, probably in the middle of the second half, around the 72nd minute, with a great foray of balls that were just played gently to feet, which opened up the Kyneton defence. There were dummy runs that were involved, and a great combination of passing between Tommy Dwyer and Whalen, and also Jundi Chung and Gervasoni playing their part dummy running, which caused the second goal. It just highlighted the fact that the great teamwork that was provided on the day was what actually got us the scores as well. Another great moment, which we could call almost the old Pete DeLuca Ole moments, was a series of, I counted 17 passes on end, which started off with Bernie on the right back, interchanging with Tommy Dwyer and Whalen, and then through the middle he came across to Tommy Edwards, who passed it back to Hugh Tobin, crossed to Hugh McIntosh, over to Muffa, in through Gervasoni, finding Hatzimanollis. It was just a great succession of passes that really highlighted where we are now as a team. We've actually raised the level up to about here now, and we just got to keep it there. Mullally hardly touched the ball in goals and just provided great voice and direction for the back four, which was fantastic. And his goal kicks had also improved, and we used them as a springboard for our attacks, which was great as well. And Mullally was probably very happy not really having to make a major save at all during the game, and was also very assured with the back four and gave him great confidence in the set pieces, where obviously Kyneton have scored quite a number of goals this year, which was great. Now, we've looked at last week, now we look ahead to this week. This week we're playing, I think, Brimbank. We'll have to get some key information from LaGreca, being one of his former teams. They're also in the similar sort of vein as us. They're middle of the table, have won against the good teams, have lost against the bad teams. So we'll see how we'll go against this new opponent. But now that we've actually set the bar a little bit higher, we have to maintain this sort of energy and also the quality of play that we actually have. And lastly, we'll look to see who will be promoted, because the twos will be requiring players, and we'll also see who gets promoted from the Ducks as well. So it'd be good to see everybody down on Thursday down at training. Venue is still to be confirmed, and we'll attack this week on Thursday. Thanks for listening in.